Hey guys. So I thought I would go ahead and pop on because I have to get my room and stuff ready for I'm gonna stream with Eric later. And I'm feeling really emotional and such. I mean, not super bad, but there are some updates going on with me that I want to talk about. And I am just really I'm still very much figuring things out of like where to go from here. Like it's funny because I remember when the the Saturn was going direct, which was probably around like the fourth. I remember my favorite astrologer was like, it's like you have to start over with something. It's like a time where you're starting at point zero because it's like 0 degrees of Pisces, which I do agree with. And I think for me, it's kind of like I don't feel like I'm as much in the identity crisis now, but it's like I really have to start over. Like, totally different persona, totally different content, totally. And then within my weight loss journey, I kind of feel like I started over, you know, because I'm kind of back to where I was when I started this whole thing. And it's just a weird feeling. I think because it's just a very strange feeling. And when I say like I'm at the beginning of my weight loss journey, I feel like I finally, after all this time, I got back to where I started back in 2012, which is a hot ass minute ago. I feel like yes, you are first, but I feel like I have definitely started over in that sense. So that's why I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to rebrand. I need to redo my channel, my main one. And then I think I'm going to post another ASMR one soon on that little channel. Just because it was doing okay. Like, I might have a talent in it. And it's not so much that ASMR is like my passion necessarily. It's more so just that, like, I might be able to have a little bit of an income from it. And just be able to change jobs. Like, if I see it more as like a job in a sense, then it might be a little easier in that way, and then I can just do it until I don't want to anymore. Or maybe I could continue, who knows. But it might be a good little launch pad for me. It's on my ASMR channel, but you don't get to see it. You don't get to know where it is. It's a hidden channel. It's a secret. No, I should probably share it, but I don't know. I'm weird. That channel is weird and gay. You might be able to find it. Good luck. Anyways, so I think I'm gonna try to post on that again because people really like my voice and stuff, and it's like, well, I have my voice. I might as well use it. And like I said, I think I'm seeing like I need to shift jobs. I need to just go over to YouTube, and even if ASMR isn't that glamorous, it's still like the way the YouTube algorithm is, it just might be the best way. Hey Jay, it just might be the best way just because YouTube's algorithm is it wants you to be extremely repetitive. And that's fine, but I don't think that it works for my main channel because my main channel is a little bit too topical. And so when people see me do the same thing over and over again, it gets really boring after a while. And it's not like a bad thing. It's just, I think the ASMR path might be a way to kind of get my name out there. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it, which might be a smart decision. Yeah, well, it's the algorithm, Jay. So it has to do with the algorithm is really set up for extreme niche content. So it's like with my ASMR channel, if I just do hand sounds, if I just say ASMR hand sounds on every single video, then for people who like hand sounds, they will find me. And there's probably a decent amount of people that do, because even within ASMR, like people don't like different triggers and stuff usually. They usually just like what they like. And so I think I'm going to try that approach with that channel and just be extremely niche. And then hopefully I can get some crossover from that. Or hopefully I can make some kind of an income on it and just start to transition, because my main channel is a little bit strangulated by my current work situation. It's a little bit too untenable. So I just need to kind of have all hands on deck a little bit. And ASMR isn't that hard to do. The hardest part of ASMR for me is just, I don't know what to talk about. And like, I love ASMR, so I understand the assignment, and what it is you just want them to talk about basically nothing. And so it's difficult because it's kind of like a really, I don't know, it feels almost very intimate when I'm doing it. It feels weird, but I can handle it now. I couldn't handle it. I tried it 2 years ago. I couldn't handle it. I was like a nervous wreck, and I just couldn't do it because it was like too awkward for me. But I'm less, yeah, I don't know what the word is, but I'm not as prickly now. I think because of my hormone shifts and just stuff within my weight loss journey, I've improved so much. I will say I've gotten so many health benefits this fall from losing the weight. But it's very like, I don't know, it's hard. It's just, it's challenging to make it entertaining, because you don't go, as I've said over and over, it's like you don't go from surviving to thriving. You go from surviving to boring to thriving. I'm in the boring stage, and it's like I look boring. I feel boring. I am bored. There's nothing exciting and there's nothing terrible happening. So it's just like nothing is happening. And that's difficult for me. And typically I would just kind of self-sabotage or find drama or do something. But as the title of this video says, and so the battleships will sink beneath the waves, I'm done. I'm done fighting with people randomly. I'm just done. I'm done seeking drama and doing that kind of stuff. It is an easier way to get views, but it also creates a lot of chaos. And so I just don't think it's good for me at this time, or even in general. I mean, I don't know. Of course, I asked my main channel, I did like a poll, and I asked, do you like more trolling or comedic content, or serious and empathetic? And I said, or both. And they're all like, both. And I'm fine with that. It's just like, it's challenging. That's challenging, because it's like, okay, well, this could go either way. Then, it's like it kind of puts me in a weird spot, and it's okay. It's just, I was just trying to determine my audience. I'm going to let that poll go for a while, because I need to start thinking more about my audience in general, because I want it to do better. And so I'm just like, I need to rebrand. Lisa is sending a gift to me, both for our business venture and for Christmas, and I greatly appreciate it. So I'm getting some lights, and that's really going to help up the production value of my main channel, which is really good. And honestly, even basically all my channels, it's like a very practical and thoughtful gift and business thing. It's like amazing. So I'm definitely going to use it. So I'll be streaming tomorrow night for sure, because I need to try out the lights. I already have a Taylor Swift lyric in mind for tomorrow, but yeah, basically Celtic all the battleships. Like I'm not fighting with anybody. I'm not even fighting with my mom anymore. So I don't I'm not fighting with anybody anymore. Me and my mom, we have these little tiny spats sometimes, but it's not a big deal. And I just realized like I have more energy and I don't know what to do with it. And I struggled with this in 2022 as well. But back then it was like a surviving, like type of energy. Whereas right now it's like a more of a calm, like type of energy where it's like, hi, I feel very introverted and boring. It's like, ooh, that's really hard to brand. That's kind of a disaster for branding. Obviously, it's really good personally, but it's kind of rough. That's where I'm at right now, too. I don't know. My confidence isn't there, and that's why I haven't posted much. I know my niches, but now it's getting my confidence back. Yeah, well, you just have to realize, too, Jay, that like when you try to shift direction, so like if you're not really going to talk about you know who anymore, I'm not really talking about you know who either. You have to like just shift and just kind of stay consistent with the shift. And I'm doing more research, and I think it's really about like your thumbnails and how you look. I know that sounds bad, but I'm just being honest. It has more to do with appearances and thumbnails and titling, and you have to like really craft things and things that can kind of go more viral, which maybe you do have some experience with that. I don't know, but yeah, you just have to kind of be consistent, and then the YouTube algorithm does not support variety at all. That's why personal channels like this one, they're never going to organically grow. I have to be pulling things, not things. I have to be pulling people from other channels. And my main channel is probably my most important one because it just covers such an important issue, and I think it's the most important thing I'm doing. The only issue is I'm at a boring phase of that most important thing I'm doing. So it's like all the stuff I'm going through this year and all the stuff I've been going through, I need to document it and put it on there because people need to know that this phase of weight loss exists, because there's always these speculations of why don't really big people lose weight. And it's because it's really difficult when you're in the middle because you lose attraction, you become more boring, you become bored in general because you're not as sick, but you're also not thriving. And you just have like a lull. And especially like with social media and stuff, like that's why most people, if you've noticed, most people don't lose weight publicly. They don't. Um, they really don't. So I've realized that I'm actually really rare and that I'm doing it. Like I'm posting the weight loss as it's happening from start to beginning and even prior to the weight loss. So I'm really documenting everything it took to lose this weight. And it took a lot because I was almost dead. Like I was so unhealthy that I was like dying. I wouldn't even say like dying, I just was. But I completely changed my lifestyle, completely changed everything. And I documented every single thing I had to do. And it took me a year and a half to start even losing weight. Then I had to take the winter off because I couldn't do it in the winter. Then I started again this year. And then here you go. And I still, besides from health benefits, I have gotten virtually zero social benefits from losing weight. Like it was much easier for me to get subscribers when I was fatter. That's just a fact. And I think it's because there's a little bit of a freak show aspect to it. And people are more interested because you're like, you look weird. I know I'm just being real. Whereas like now I just look average or boring. Like it's not like I don't have that freak show aspect of being really huge, but I don't have the benefits of like being thin or in shape or like having that sex appeal either. So it's like there's just nothing. It's like And then on top of that, it's like a lot of times you get into this hormonal state during this time of weight loss where you're really rigid and where it's harder to be creative and you become a little bit more introverted. And I've seen a lot of, like, you just don't see mid fat people that are super famous. It's very rare. Um, yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. Just Jay says, just a fact. I got more attention. I was thicker. I think low key people love fat people because when I was thinner, no social life. I don't know. It's weird. Exactly. It's a phase. I think you probably just have to keep going, Jay, because that's what I'm seeing too. Is like I think I have to just keep going and I have to get to the other side. And I feel like I'm past the hump. Like my worst point was this summer. It was horrible. Like I could barely crack 100 views on my videos or like maybe 200, which is horrible. I've lost enough where I'm back at like cringe spring 2023 levels. So now it's like I'll post a video and I'll get around like 600 or sometimes 1,000, maybe 1,200, right? Like something like that. So it's more like spring, but I have to keep losing. And as I keep losing, then I will break back into, as I call it, the boyfriend zone, as well as like a YouTube audience zone. And I'm just not there because I could still market myself as fat, as a small fat person, but it's more mainstream fat and it's much more accessible to people. It's difficult. Yeah, there's also basically the shift of comfort, basically the transformation within the chrysalis. Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely. Um, it's very well timed for Jupiter and Taurus. It makes sense for me why this is happening now, because that is a very like chrysalis type of energy, but it's boring. I don't know. I don't like it. Like I'm Scorpio rising, right? I like dynamic, changing, crazy type of situations. And so it's hard for me with Taurus energy where it's very stable and practical and still it's driving me insane. I understand that this needs to occur, but it's still like it's really driving me nuts. And I feel it shifting. I do, because I see in my mind now as I'm getting healthier, I'm thinking of like certain troll videos I want to do or certain things that I want to do that are a little bit more comedic and like more lighthearted. So I think once I get the lights, I'm going to do a video where I do a famous YouTuber's stretching routine. And I think it might be interesting to do some kind of physical challenge type of stuff because I'm also feeling too Gen Z-ish. Like I don't like just doing reactions. It's like, ugh, it's just uninspiring to me. So I want to do like something like that where it's at least a bit more active and just kind of show like the real struggles of like being fat and trying to be fit and how difficult it is and see like show people how it is to really stretch. Like I'm a decently fit fat person now. Like I'm really close to being of average fitness, but just want to show how hard it will still be to do it because it's difficult. And I don't think, and I will say in the video, most fitness people never consider what this is like for a fat person to do. It's very hard. And um, I might even go on a rant on why I don't like yoga, but I don't like yoga for a lot of different reasons. So I think for me, I think the weirdest thing about yoga is that it's a religious practice first. And a lot of people act like it's just stretching, and it isn't. It's a religious practice. It's Hindu. I'm not Hindu. I'm Christian. I'm not Hindu. And yes, I'm Christian, and no, I'm not evangelical. And yes, I'm a little bit loose on some things. Like I will do tarot occasionally, or I'm very into astrology. But it's like that's about it for me, honey. Like I don't communicate with other gods. I don't talk to spirits. I don't do anything like that. Like for me, that's a very hard line. I did accidentally talk to the dead once during a meditation, which again, I don't think I'm going to meditate ever again. Like meditation for me, it's just very boring. Or you accidentally talk to the dead, or it's just I don't know. It's just not really it. So for me, it's like it's not that I really think it's satanic. I say that jokingly, but what I mean is it's just not my religion. And I don't want to do it because of that. So I was really happy to find some stretches that are not yoga. And I'm going to do them because I need to. I'm horrifically stiff. I also, with saggy skin for my stomach, I basically scrub it and then apply hyaluronic acid to instruct the skin to start rebuilding, toning itself. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing okay skin wise. Like I'm just so fat still that it's like, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jay. Like I just don't agree with it. Like, because I don't think I've been possessed or anything, but it's like I just, you know, I there are certain things, like I said, I think with religion, it's up to everybody to judge where the lines are for you. And for me, talking to the dead is a line. I won't do it. I think it's wrong. And of course, I did it on accident that one time, but at least it was like not a bad experience. Thank God. But I have also had, you know, some communication with negative things too. Even during a tarot reading, I had a dark spirit manipulate my cards, and that really disturbed me. And that was last year. I think because last year the veil was extremely thin. It's because the veil was so thin with Jupiter and Pisces and Neptune conjunct. It was a very thin veil last year, and that's how I did it. I don't usually have that ability. I don't pursue that ability. I don't usually. The only time I've ever been able to really clearly communicate with spiritual entities that are not God is when I was dying in 2020. When you get close to death, the veil gets thin and you can start seeing, not really seeing things, but you can start communicating with things a lot easier. Or like in 2022, it was transit. So it was like seasonal or like something going on in the world with the Jupiter Neptune conjunction that the veil was very thin. And so I had two experiences, one where I talked to a dead person on accident. They communicated with me and they just kind of said, I was very political in 2022 and I was extremely angry about the lockdowns and Democrats and that kind of stuff. And I had the spirit of a Black woman from the 1890s. And she communicated with me that she hated the Democrats too. And she said, don't let them take your rights from you like they took mine. Because I think she felt a kinship to me because she was born right as slavery ended, and I was born right as gay rights were becoming a thing. So she kind of felt that, and she kind of communicated to me, I didn't have a voice when I was alive. You have a voice and you need to use it. Really insane that that was the message I got. But Sam tells me that when that spirits are kind of drawn to you because you're on a similar vibration. And I was so gung-ho and so hyper politicized last year that it makes sense that that's who talked to me. But the other thing was towards October. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to freak anybody out. And again, this doesn't happen to me all the time. It was an accident. I was trying to do a past life regression, and it ended up like opened me up to speak to the dead, like Jay was saying. And I don't want to do that. That's why I'm not doing meditation. I don't think that's just a line for me. I don't think I'm going to hell because I did it once. I don't think that. It's just, oh my gosh, Nilly. I don't think that I don't want to make that a habit, certainly. Like it was an accident. Yeah, basically. 'Cause yeah, yeah, for sure, Jay. Like, and that's why I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. But the other thing, it was in October, and it was when Jupiter was in Pisces again. Um, and one of my friends, she asked me to read her cards, and basically, I was reading her cards, and I was, I closed my eyes and stuff, and I saw it's like I saw a demon changing the cards. I don't know how to describe that, but I envisioned as I was reading them and trying to draw the cards, I was seeing a demonic thing, like, putting its hand on the cards, and it manipulated the reading, and it was trying to have me tell her to go down a different path, to go down a very negative path. And it told me, it was like, "I'm not here for you. I'm here for her. Like, it's about her. It's not about you." Almost like it was kind of scared. And I was just like, because I usually don't think I would have saw that. And I I did. I think God allowed me to see it because he wanted me to tell her that she was basically being tormented by demons. I don't know if she still is, but she was at that time. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that stuff is very real, and that freaked me out about tarot for a long time. I didn't read cards again for a long time because it was very disturbing. But that's really it. But the point is, I'm not going to do yoga because I just feel like it's kind of opening yourself up to certain things like that. And I don't know. I'm not, oh my gosh, you guys need to chill. You guys can fight somewhere else, please. um, but anyways, oh my God, you guys are so extra. I guess you guys can fight. It's entertaining for people. I'll just keep going. That's fine. I'm not going to censor anybody. So, anyways, you guys go ahead and fight. For me, all I do is basically listening to the whispering of my gift, and I barely recently have been having only a few walking dreams, and no one was around the time when my, oh yeah, and one was around the time, okay, and I was predicting it. Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I definitely believe in psychic abilities, 100%. It's not that I don't. It's that I just, like I said, it's just I don't want to mess with things. And again, I don't think stumbling one time or messing up one time is a big deal, but I just could never, for me, I'm not going to make yoga a part of my practice. I'm just not. I feel like it's opening up. And I think too, aside from the spiritual implications of yoga, even physically, I just think it's overplayed. I just think people over exaggerate how good it is for you because it's actually really harsh. And I'm sure you guys aren't surprised, but it's extremely not fat friendly. It is like horrifically not fat friendly. And so it's like, I'm sorry. I guess the battleships are not beneath the waves for you guys, but they are for me, which is weird. Because usually I'd be all over that. Anyways, but yeah, so that's kind of my thing of like, I just have to let that go, I guess, or whatever. Like, I don't, I don't think yoga is for me. And I don't think it should be banned. I don't think it should be illegal. It's not like that. I don't think it's wrong or evil to do yoga. I just don't think it's for me because it's fat. It's not fat friendly. Some of the positions can really hurt your wrists, especially as a fat person. And I don't think it works that great. And I just needed like some honest stretching. So I was happy. Oh my God, you guys. I want to know, how are the other ones doing? Are you guys liking the fighting in the chat? Is it entertaining for you? Also, Alex, if you're wanting stretching and criticizes look. Oh gosh, Celtic. I was trying to read it. Whew. Yes. How are you liking the chat bot? Let me know. Oh my God. I feel like I'm blushing. I'm so gay now. Ugh, I know. I know you guys don't really care. That's why I'm just like, whatever. As long as it's entertaining. That's so bad. Are you not entertained? Let me just knit nervously. We love a good war going on in the comments. Oh my god. Well, Neely, I always had my theories about you, so I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Anyways, if you're wanting stretching videos, look to martial art video and instruct on them. Yeah, well, I found this one. It's called like Movements by Dave or something. So that's perfect. He has like an entire channel dedicated to stretches. And so I'm going to just dive into his channel and oh my God, I'm going to just dive into his channel and I'm going to do a video where I do the stretching. But yeah, I don't mind you guys doing that on this channel, but don't do it on my main. I will probably delete it on my main if anything like that happened. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm just kind of dying. See, this is the problem with being live is that I can't hide my reactions. So it just comes out. It's fine. You guys are fine. I'm just like dying a little. Anyways, yeah, so I think as I go into next year, I'm probably going to I don't know, I feel like I'll be a little bit more wild. Like I feel like I'll be like maybe a little bit more comedic, but I don't know. I think I'm still figuring it out, I guess. But yeah, as Celtic was saying, this year is very chrysalis and cocoon. Next year is breaking out of that cocoon. So it's a huge like breaking out of that and just kind of seeing what's out there kind of thing. So this next year is going to be very extroverted. This year's very introverted. So I'm like, okay. And I think for me, I'll be in that small fat category. I'll probably have less branding issues and stuff. And I'm also trying to figure it out now. Like I'm just like, okay, thumbnails. Do you have any feedback on thumbnails, Celtic? As I know you mod for somebody, so I'm just curious of your perspective. I have a vision for the thumbnail I want to do for the stretching video. But I'm going to do that video once I get the lights, as I said. So lighting is huge. So like I do think Lisa's totally right. And then I think it's just a lot of times people want things a little bit more fast paced. So I can try to work on that. But I think the biggest thing for me right now, it's not so much the content because of the type of content I do. It's the packaging isn't good. And part of the packaging being bad is that I'm not as fat. Like some of it is my image. It's just not working right now, which is okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny though. As long as you guys don't get too hurt or anything, then I'm good. So have at it, I guess. As long as YouTube isn't like, how dare you or something. I don't know. I don't know. I guess YouTube doesn't care. I think maybe it would be easier if I had somebody to film with. I don't. So like if Eric visits again, I will this next time. I want to, but it's hard because it's just horrible to be at the gym. But I should. I just don't know how to film it, and that's where I struggle. Is how do I film at the gym? And I think I need to just maybe look into that and just see like how do I do that? Because I really need to do that video, like a gym video. And I think it's also inspiring and helpful to show me doing that kind of stuff when I'm this big still, because I think that will help. Because I can do stuff now. Like I was very, very ill before and I couldn't. But I'm getting towards average. So it's like I need to stretch. I need to start doing stuff, and just kind of continue. Because I do have more muscle now. Like I used to, for my shoulders, I used to only, when I was keto in 2019, I used to only be able to lift 30 pounds on the shoulder press. And now I can do 80. Like that's a huge change. So, yeah, there's some muscle going on underneath the surface. So that's a huge shift in strength. So, like, my muscles are they're more functional. And I was really weak, obviously, after Cove. I was basically, um, what's it called? Atrophied. I was comatose all of 2020. Like, I didn't do anything. I just sat down every day and I barely even walked. And so in 2021, I was so sick, like I could barely like do anything. Like I remember when I was just having to walk around more in October of 2021, and I was just like, like I was so out of shape. Like, but I've been walking so much. I'm so active now. Since 2022, I became extremely active, and I don't have a sedentary lifestyle anymore, which is huge. And then now going to the gym this year, it's like, oh yeah, it's getting dramatic, and I have to just stretch and stuff because I'm getting really stiff. And they say like a lot of your youth or how young you feel, it's determined by how flexible you are. And I'm not. I'm very unflexible now. So I need to just start implementing a stretch routine and all that stuff. But I want to wait because I want to do it on video. And then I want to do like a 6-month update and see how far I've come. And I think that kind of stuff is interesting on YouTube, and I'm just trying to think about like what's the kind of stuff I want to see in terms of a fitness journey and a health journey, and that's the kind of stuff that I would want to see. Okay, let me see what Celtic said. I know basically the person I mod for, she does kind of antique tarot stuff, and I can link her and her own channel so you can have a look at how they do their thumbnails. Okay. I think it's just like certain colors and stuff and things popping. I need to like explore my style, and I think I need a little bit of a rebrand, and I need to think about titling. I just need to think about that stuff a lot more, and I'm going to experiment because I want to really have a strong launch next year for my main, because I'm in a slump right now because it's the holiday slump. So anything fatness related, people don't want to people don't want to um they don't really care about losing weight during this time. So it's like we need to I can use this time to experiment, and then next year I want to make sure, because it goes into January, and January is like hella weight loss time. So if I can, I'd like to even post daily in January. I want to try to capitalize on it as much as possible because it's a huge time, but this is the slump at this time. Oh my God, you guys. Chill, you guys. Because like I said, the stuff I mod for, they kind of do a vintage thing. Okay, yeah. I don't really know if I want to do vintage, but I want it to feel fresh, I think. I have to just think about it. But yeah, Jay says I struggle with consistent workouts. Yeah, you just have to, it sounds horrible and boring, but you really just have to force yourself. I know that's bad, but it's just the case. Like getting into the routine of it is really difficult. It's very hard. It's kind of hard right now. It might be better to start in spring, to be honest. Because you tend to have less energy during this time, so it's a little hard. But if you could do it now, I would. It's a huge part of the health journey. Flexibility is an indicator of longevity. Yeah, I agree. So I have to just try to like do that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then there's also working with organic pictures that I've seen another person do. Okay. I wonder if organic would work for me. I don't know. I kind of want like, I don't know. it's not that I wanna be like a pop star, but I just want that kind of vibe. Like, I feel like when I like neon colors for YouTube, I think they stand out more. But then again, they're not really my color, so I don't really know. I have to think about it because maybe I could do more autumny colors, but I just maybe some reds or something, orange, something like that. I don't know. I have to think about it. I'll figure it out, but I think I'm gonna start framing the pictures, and I have a vision for the stretching one that I'm gonna do. So I'm like, I'm gonna try that and see how that goes. And then, yeah. Then, like I said, I just got to do some polling on my main channel too and just see, and then just try that metronome, really consistent posting on ASMR and see how that goes. And I think I'll be okay. So I think I'm just trying to, what I'm saying in this video is I'm really trying to change my job to YouTube. So I'm at that point now where I'm like, okay, let's change the job. Like, my main channel is strangulated. I need to do something to change the equation. Like, this is just too hard. Um, so that's what we're doing. So, yeah, that's my thoughts, I think. But yeah, that's kind of that. I'm not going to film anything for my main until I get my lights. But lights is huge too. So again, I will just say I'm very grateful to Lisa because that's really helpful. Lighting is so huge and so important. Because again, a lot of it is your image. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jeez, you guys. I hope it's entertaining for y'all. That's all I gotta say. People can be like, oh, look at this stream where to see Newly and Jay fighting. Whatever, it gets the views up. So I'm just gonna take what I can get on this channel. Oh God. Oh my God. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, that's my stance on yoga. I guess I don't really have to say it on my main, but it's just not for me. And that's where I'm thinking about now, and flexibility. And I don't know, there's probably some spiritual connection to like being more physically flexible and creatively and mentally flexible, I think, at the same time. Like, I'm just stiff in general. But I want to know, Bot, if you're here, Bot, so you prefer the trolling content on my main channel? Oh my God, there's enough drama to go around. Oh my God. Okay, so you like both. Okay. Because I've floated around the idea of, I like that I have this channel because I can actually, yeah, I know, but I like that I have this channel because I can actually bring up ideas. So I'm thinking of dressing up with my wig and pretending to be a fat activist on my main channel and just like kind of spoofing it a little bit. Like, I'm thinking of creating a character, but I don't know what their name would be or her name would be. So I have to figure it out because, yeah, as long as I did it well, then I think it would be funny, which I have to try, but I think it would be fun. So I think it's like I just need to put a little bit of levity on the channel too, because it's very dark these days and I feel like people need fun. And I don't know, I'm debating on mukbangs and certain things like that, but I might just do mukbangs on my ASMR channel. Because I feel like my ASMR channel, I could do mukbang and hand sounds. I could do those too. That'd be pretty consistent with that. Because I don't want to like put tons and tons of effort into that because it's more just about a vibe. Which Bot, I guess I can share the channel to you at least. I feel bad. I should probably just list all my channels everywhere. So maybe I'll do that in general because I just need all that cross contamination. So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure shit out, basically. Um, ooh, my ankle. Ooh, it is really crackling. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. I guess it's just being more productive and not fighting as much. Even though I totally understand a lot of people want to fight right now. I'm not judging anybody. I have no way to judge anyone for wanting to fight. Like, I've been that way so much in my life, so I don't judge. But it's just not where I'm at currently. And I think for me, I need to just be more productive on YouTube and stuff and like try to actually entertain and educate and that kind of stuff and do that whole thing. So I think I got some ideas for my main channel. I need to do a little bit more trolling, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do think it would be fun. And it would be fun to like be her and react to gym videos or something or like fitness content. I think that would be funny. Because it creates kind of a nice little foil too, which I think would be really interesting. So, yeah, I'm gonna bring much more to the anti-FA, like, side, because 'cause I'm just like, I'm gonna rise above because a lot of people act like I don't exist, and I'm just like, "Well, I do exist, and I'm gonna do it better than you." I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but not. But also too, I've realized that we have a lot of, like, um oh gosh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't remember what I was gonna say, so never mind. I have nothing else to say, I forgot. But yeah, so I realized this. Sorry, this is what I was trying to say. So the way the algorithm works, people don't realize it, but you're hyper competitive within your niche. So it's super, super, super competitive. So whatever niche you are, you have to like compete with everybody in that niche. And that's difficult. But I think it's more so like about your thumbnail and title and that kind of stuff. It's less about like you're competing with them as a person or whatever. It's more about that. So I'm trying to like be like, okay, I still have like my, like my mean girl side, but I just need to channel the mean side into ways that are like actually useful and like directed correctly because it's like, yeah, like, why shouldn't I have views? Why shouldn't I have this? Like, I need to have that attitude. I need to do this. I need to do that. It's like, that's the kind of attitude I should be doing. And just like, I'm going to bring it basically. And instead of just like being kind of blah, like I've kind of been, and it's not my fault. It's just like where I've been at in my health journey, but I feel like I'm coming out to the other side. Oh, and I forgot to say, I can do my deficit now because I just started eating a lot more fat and I don't really have candy anymore because I can't. I still have some sugar, but I've been having fat, lots and lots of saturated fat, and it's enabled me to do my deficit again. And so I'm like, I may actually be okay to keep going in the winter, and that will be incredible because then I don't think I'm going to be fat by the election. If I can lose weight this winter, I will lose a lot next year, and I will basically be either super, super small fat or a mid-sized sedan by around the election time. So no, coconut oil, yes, but mostly animal fat. So very unvegan, but I've had a lot of cream. So like this morning I had whipped cream from a can. So it does have some sugar in it, but it's really high in fat. I've been having a lot of cream cheese. Um, Within my deficit, of course, but I can eat a hefty amount. I can eat 2370. That's my current deficit. And then on gym days, it's 2870. So I can have like a couple tubs of cream cheese in a day, but I just can't have that and candy. So it's like I've shifted because I'm not really needing tons of protein right now. Like protein isn't very satisfying to me. And carbs are not as satisfying to me either. Like I still need some carbs. Like I've noticed I do a little bit better with some starch just because I need the starch in my muscles and I just need that But I need a lot of fat to feel full. Like if I don't have a significant amount of fat, I will not feel full. And so I've just shifted that and I feel better. And now I can do the deficit again. Before it was different. When I was severely hypo, I had to have massive amounts of carbs or I could never feel satisfied or never feel full. But that has changed. So that change was really hard for me to like accept, but also to lean into. And it happened. Like my body got healthier and it needed less carb and more fat. I think because my body wants to like rebuild my skin and hormones and just a lot of stuff. And I think I was really low in vitamin A, which is fine. Like it makes sense to me because my skin is very dry. It's extremely dry. And I'm just more midline hypo now. I'm moderate hypo. I have very typical symptoms now. It's like I'm cold. I'm kind of constipated and I am just low energy and kind of depression-y sometimes, like on my gym night, like on the gym day, that night I get a little depressed. So it's like I'm really, I felt like I was freezing so cold and it was like 65 degrees outside. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm hypolicious right now. But I'm not in that like adrenal psycho, like type of hypo where I'm like, yeah, and you feel hot and stuff. I'm not like that. I'm in midline where it's like I'm just cold and slow and that kind of stuff. But like my skin is getting better because I'm in a higher level of hypo now. So it's like everything's improving and I'm starting to look better. I think especially the fat, for me right now anyways, the fat is beautifying. I think those fat soluble vitamins and especially vitamin A, um, I think I'm looking better. Like it's making me look better and healthier and my skin is kind of coming back to life. So you do what you have to do in a weight loss journey. From such a huge size, you often have to shift. Yeah. So you might be kind of hypo, Jay. Yeah. When you're having thermal issues, maybe make sure you have some citrus on hand because it helps with rebalancing your temperature when you're hot or cold. That's interesting. I have noticed like when I do deep breathing, it can help, but some of it is just from losing weight. I'm more hypo, and that's okay. Like it's manageable. I can survive, but I have to just deal with it because I'm still actively losing fat. But yeah, I would just say, Jay, just don't have any seed oils. So really look at that and don't have them. So cut them out. That's a really good place to start. And then see how you feel in a few months. Because it takes a long time to feel a difference. It takes about 6 months because seed oils are a fat. So they stay on your body for a long time. But that's where I would start. And you might just feel okay at that point. But yeah, that's where I would start. Um, for me, it's just I'm still got a lot of weight to lose and all this stuff, and so it's like a totally different category for me. Yes, please do, Jay. It's life changing. Honestly, it's saved my life. Um, but yeah, so I've noticed the deep breathing helps because your hands and feet get cold because you're kind of more. It's like you're in a more hypo state. Like you're a little bit more adrenal. So when you just breathe like that and you do that for like 10 minutes, it can actually warm up your hands. It's really weird. It just shows how hormonal everything is. It's really weird. But also we're going into winter, which is not friendly for the hypolicious people. But as if I can continue to lose weight, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Like that's amazing. Like I am so much healthier than I was a year ago because I could not a year ago. I just couldn't. But this year I think I can. And so that's really huge news because I might still plateau for the rest of the year because Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever, like I've stayed about the same. I weigh about the same, which is fine. But come January, I'm gonna be Gucci. So that's starting even earlier than late March. That's really early. So I could lose quite a bit throughout next year. And I guess if I plateau again, then I know I just have to change something. Like this time I had to change and go towards fat. Maybe in the future, I'll have to go towards protein, So I don't think people realize that different sizes, you feel differently, or even different phases, different seasons, you feel differently and you need different things. So, yeah, that's a huge thing. That's so funny, Celtic. Yeah, I should try some of that, I guess, but I don't know. It's crazy. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to see. I'm gonna go live with Eric today, by the way. So I will be going live again. I don't think he's up yet. No, he's not. He ain't up yet. Anyways, this was supposed to be a cleaning stream, but I totally dipped out. But then again, my room is mostly clean. Not tonight, so it'll be like this afternoon. It's gonna be really soon. Probably, I'd say within a few hours, like maybe 2 or 3 hours, something like that. It's when he's at the gym. So he's not up yet. But once he's up, then he's probably going to eat breakfast and do stuff. And we're going to talk. I'm going to talk to him before because we have to go over what we're doing. And then, yeah, then I need to make the thumbnail and stuff. And then we're going to go live. So I'll let you guys know. And yeah, period. But yeah, we're doing it today. So I think that might be all. I don't know if I want to clean on camera today. But I like these to be at least an hour. So I don't know. Bot's gonna be like, don't go. I'm just kidding. And I want to do Sims again, by the way. I am thinking about it. So I'm deeply thinking about it. So yeah, but I don't know because I have a lot going on. But I'm like, maybe I'll just be a streaming whore. Okay, I will, but maybe I need to just be a streaming whore forever and just stream everything all day, every day. And just never stop streaming. No, but I'm thinking, maybe I should do Sims tonight. I don't know. That might be too crazy. But see, I need to change my job. So hopefully I can do ASMR or something, because then I can do this stuff more. So I'm going to just give it my best shot. I'm going to give it the good old college try. And I know I need to do Sims. I need to get back to that Lady Gaga psycho woman. I don't know if I want to kill any of them. I might just continue and just nobody will have any context but you guys. But oh well, I guess. Because I kind of like that family and they're really weird. And I don't really want any of them to die. And we have the crazy leftist mom and then the evil alt-right kid. So we need to dive into that more. Oh my God. We need to do problematic body check. So this shirt, I'm wearing it for a specific reason. So it has to do with my show with Eric. Problematic body check goes over here. It's problematic. So it's funny because on one side I look thinner than on the other side. Though I think my internet's glitching. Okay, on one side I look thinner than the other side. I think it's because of my liver. But yeah, this one looks weird. I'm like hunchback. Oh, I'm so stiff. Oh my God, I'm horrifically stiff. Jeez. I don't know. I'm not really at that level of doing that. So I don't really have an opinion on it. I just know for me, I'm just still really fat. I don't know. I'm like still 300 pounds. That's a lot. I mean, it's nowhere near being almost 400, which was crazy, but it's still huge, So anyways, that's what I got to figure out. But yeah, this shirt is a 2X and it's fitting pretty good. This is pretty well fitting for 2. That's pretty cool. So I'm definitely getting more into 2X territory for sure. I think I am going to turn a corner. Oh yeah, isn't the daughter like sad rehabbing from the mom's brainwashing still? Oh yes, because she was convinced she was non-binary or whatever. And in college looking for a lesbian lover while her mom was also enrolled. I think they went home. I think her mom might have dropped out of college, but her mom was like, I remember her mom went lesbian and she started hooking up with like every single woman in the school because she didn't want her daughter to have a girlfriend. I forgot how psycho I was in that storyline. She was like sleeping with everybody on campus because she was like having a hoe era because her husband came out as gay on Christmas and then they got a divorce on Christmas Eve or whatever. And he like made out with his werewolf boyfriend right in front of all the kids and they were all traumatized. I forgot about all that. I did too much. Oh my God. I really did too much in that family. Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm not there yet, Jay. It's like an episode of Family Guy when Lois went to spring break with Meg. Kind of, yeah, Newly. Like it's bad. Like the mom she was super leftisty. She started out trying to be a teacher because she wanted to teach kids like woke politics, but then she decided to go into journalism instead so that she could spread the message further. But then I think she quit. And then the daughter like red pilled at college or something. And she's just kind of like normal lefty. And then the son is alt-right. So he's like growing up like a little doily. So they'll probably fight a lot. But the mom was doing like abortion protests. She was doing pro-choice marches. And I think they did like an environmental protest, a BLM one. Like I did a lot with her. She was doing a lot of protests when I was playing Sims with her last year. So it's kind of everything. I can't remember. I can't remember what else they did. I've done so many protests with her. But yeah, basically, Jay, that would be a fun Thanksgiving. And then I think the kid, he's going to start doing some right-wing protests. So then he'll start doing the opposite. Yes, I know you remember the abortion protest. Yeah, they were like Rovember or something, or Roe. I forgot what it was, but it was something about it. And then I don't remember. I just remember the dad. He like totally came out as gay, and he's like super femme now, and he like totally changed. And yeah, so that whole family is like a hot mess. Could you imagine? I wonder if there is a family that's like that crazy. There probably is. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. I don't think I did do them. Oh yeah, the mom, because she wanted like, yeah, it is kind of a Canadian family, I guess. The mom wanted money, so she like drank this potion to give her Midas touch, and then she was touching people and she was killing people for money. And then she also like she didn't want to work, so she just kind of, yeah, I remember that because I was like, she just wants the money now. She's trying to control the world, I think. I think that mom is like trying to take over the planet. I think she's on like a bench. She wants to become the next George Soros, probably. So she has that touch and she turned everything into gold. And then I sold it. So now they're like extremely wealthy. Yeah, so I guess we'll have to see. I feel like somebody needs to die, but I don't know who. And I'll have to feel it with my heart when I finally do it. Like when I finally kill somebody. But I don't know. I feel like they just at this rate, they might end up killing each other at this point. But I think the daughter, I think she's still trying to find a girlfriend. So I can't remember if she's going into the military or something. or she was trying to be a cop, but it was something that the mom wouldn't like. It was something like that. So we'll have to see. I need to dust off my brain. I haven't played that in forever, but I will say it was iconic when the family broke down on Christmas. And I literally was like kind of disturbed that I had created that storyline. And literally, like, they got a divorce right in front of the children on Christmas. And it was really scarring, and the kids were really traumatized. And it's like, yeah, that was really bad. And then the boyfriend moved in. Um, yeah, that day. So, and then they hate each other. That's the other thing too. They're like all enemies and they all can't stand each other, but they're living together. I feel like the mom wants to be some type of Hillary Clinton or George Soros. Probably. I mean, there's a whole other thing going on at this point. I don't even know. I need to like feel her again, but she has that weird Lady Gaga outfit because she's like having a midlife crisis. So she's dressing crazy. That was fun when the mom had a midlife crisis. That was fun too. That was a good one. So I need to definitely get back to that game. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to kill anybody. I think we're just going to continue and see where it goes. And I'm interested to see how the little baby doily will grow up. And maybe he'll start getting on social media and he'll start saying some stuff. Maybe he'll say some stuff about his mom or something. But anyways, you guys, I think I'm going to go. This was fun as always. I think I'm going to just try to quickly finish cleaning. I got too distracted today by the chat. But yeah, I do want to do Sims again soon. I'm a little bit worried about the technology, so I'm going to have to see. But anyways, bullet points of the stream. I want to change my job to YouTube. So it's time to start putting things in motion. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.